In today lecture, I will solve another problem related to the curve beam. So this problem is related to a crane hook. So see the problem for this. So first, the problem is the dimension of 100 kilonewton crane hook are as shown in figure below. Determine the stresses at inside and outside fibers of the crane hook, horizontal diameter passing through the center of curvature. So this one is your problem which is given. So first see, this one is your crane hook, looking like a crane hook. So this figure is also related to a curve beam. So in this case, the aim of this problem is to calculate the resultant stresses at inner fiber, that is x1 section, and outer fiber, that is x2 section. So in this problem, a trapezoidal cross section is given. So this one is a trapezoidal cross section. All the dimensions are given. So section x1 and x2. So here a trapezoidal cross section is situated. In this case, a trapezoidal cross section is there. So this one is your inner fiber and this one is your outer fiber. So in this case, this one is your trapezoidal cross section. So in trapezoidal cross section, you again see all the dimensions are given. All the dimensions are means one is your left side. So left side means two parallel sides of the trapezoidal cross section. One side is your 3 centimeter, another is your 9 centimeter, and this distance, this one is your depth, that is the 12 centimeter. So in this problem, you follow all procedure related to the trapezoidal cross section. Then we will start to solve this problem. So first, what are the given data related to this problem? So from figure B is your 9 centimeter. So this one is your B side. Then C is your 3 centimeter. This one is your 3 centimeter. And D is your depth is equals to 12 centimeter. So this one is your 12 centimeter. And P is your load applied to the crane hook. So this one is your load P. Load P. How much magnitude? Now 100 kilonewton. So 100 kilonewton is equals to 100 into 10 to the power 3 Newton. Then you have to calculate area of the cross section. So area of the cross section for trapezoidal section, that is A is equals to B plus C divided by 2 into D. Then you put all values for B and C, and then the area is 72 centimeter square. Then calculate D1. Then calculate D1. So which one is your D1 and which one is your D2? So see the section x1 and x2. So this one is your trapezoidal cross section. So this one is your centroidal axis. So from centroidal axis to the left side fiber, that is D2, and right side fiber is D1. So this one is your all details of a trapezoidal cross section. So first you have to calculate what? Now D1. So D1 is, the value of D1 is D by 3 into B plus 2C divided by B plus C. Then put all value. Then finally D1 is 5 centimeter. So if D1 is 5 centimeter, then see the diagram. D2 is how much? D2 is equals to D minus D1. D minus D1. So D is 12 centimeter, which is given, that is, see the figure, D is equals to 12 centimeter and D1 is minus 5. So 12 minus 5 is equals to 7 centimeter. Then R is your radius of curvature. So see the crane hook, radius of curvature is from the reference, that is O point is your reference to the centroidal axis. This one is your R. R is your radius of curvature. So how we can calculate the radius of curvature. Now this distance is your 7. This distance is your 7. This one is your 7 plus you add this distance. So this one is your 7 plus this distance is your d1. So 7 plus d1. So 7 plus d1 c. So r is equals to 7 plus d1. So 7 plus 5 is equals to 12 centimeter. This one is your radius of curvature. Then you put the expression for calculating the S square value. So S square value, put the expression for S square of a trapezoidal cross section. So this one is your expression for a trapezoidal cross section. So expression is RQ divided by A into CLN R plus D2 divided by R minus D1 plus B minus C divided by D into R plus D2 into ln R plus D2 divided by R minus D1 minus B minus C minus R square. Then put all value. So here I am putting all value, that is C, that is R, A, D2, D1. Then finally you have the H square value is 11.584 centimeter square. Similarly here the base equation for calculating the total resultant stress is this one. So sigma r is equals to sigma plus or minus sigma d. So this one is your base equation. Sigma r is your resultant stress, sigma is your bending stress. Either you take inner fiber, either you take outer fiber. So sigma d is your direct stresses. So plus and minus sign indicate whether the beam subjected to a tensile in nature. So your core beam subjected to a tensile in nature, then you take positive sigma d. If the beam subjected to compressive in nature, if the beam is subjected to compressive in nature, mean look like this, then the sigma d will be negative. So this one is your base equation. So C, this one is your base equation. So first you have to calculate bending moment. So bending moment is equals to force into perpendicular distance. So here minus of P into perpendicular distance, so negative side indicate, because here the radius of curvature decreases. So if the radius of curvature decreases, then the bending moment is considered as negative. Then you put all values for P and perpendicular distance. P is 100 into 10 to the power 3. Perpendicular distance is R. R is your radius of curvature. So again see the curve beam. So this one is your load P. Perpendicular distance, this one is your perpendicular distance. Perpendicular distance is your here R. So this one is your R. So R is 12 centimeter. R is your 12 centimeter. So finally the value is M is equals to minus 12 into 10 to the power 5 Newton centimeter. Then next step is D1 and D2. So Yx1 and Yx2. So here D1 is which side, D2 is which side. See again the problem. So which one is your D1 side, which one is your D2 side? So this one is your D1 side and this one is your D2 side. So you have D1 value and D2 value. So D1 value is 5 centimeter, D2 value is 7 centimeter. So D1 is minus 5 centimeter, D2 is 7 centimeter positive, because D1 is situated concave side, D2 is situated convex side. Then put all parameter, that is value of sigma x1 plus sigma d. So first you have to calculate resultant stresses for which side? Now resultant stresses for inside fiber. So this one is your resultant stresses for inside fiber formula. Then put all equation related to this. So for sigma of inner fiber is equals to m divided by r into 1 plus r square into d1 divided by r plus d1 into plus p by a. So here d1 is minus 5. So you put all values related to m, a, r, d1, p, then get the final value. So this one is your final value for inner fiber. Means the resultant stresses generated at the inner fiber. The value is 12,430.01 Newton per centimeter square. So this one is your positive. Positive means tensile in nature. Tensile in nature means the inner fiber of the crane hook subjected to tensile in nature. So this one is your inner fiber. So inner fiber subjected to tensile stress. Similarly, you calculate resultant stresses at the outer fiber. Similarly, you put formula sigma r of x2 into sigma of x2 plus sigma d. Then you put all value, that is m, a, r square, s square, d2. So here d2 is positive. Then put all value. Then final value of the sigma r of x2 is minus of 6,353.11 Newton per centimeter square. So here this one is your negative. Negative means in compressive nature. So see again the crane hook. So the outside fiber of the crane hook produces compressive nature. So you remember this thing, in a crane hook, if a tensile load is acting, then inner fiber having tensile in nature, outer fiber in compressive in nature. So thank you.